Well, we are talking about the secret weapon against what local author Dan Nigito calls the war on wealth this morning. Dan joins me once again to talk about the strategy he outlines in his new book, The Power of Leveraging the Charitable Remainder Trust. Dan, good morning once again.
Morning.
Something I found interesting in the book, Dan, is you talk about how you can get taxed on the same dollar up to as many as 4 times.
Yeah, 5 if you're lucky.
Oh, gosh. What do you explain that to our viewers?
Well, and this is how the war on wealth hides. I mean, this is all, you know, I always say that all wars have WMD, weapons of mass destruction. Sure. The weapons of mass destruction, the WMD and the war on wealth, are weapons of mass redistribution. And think about it. You earn income, you pay income tax on that. That's new money, you pay your income tax on that. And then you take that money and you just don't go out and spend it. You actually invest it or you save it like you're supposed to do. And when you save it, it earns dividends or interest. You pay income tax again on the same dollar, dividend tax.
Well, there's 2 times.
And then it grows because you invested in your own business or you bought stocks or you invested in the American economy, and it grows and you go to sell it and you pay capital gains tax. The same dollar. Capital gains tax for what? But it grows and it's your same dollars, and then you die. When you die, you transfer it to the next generation. And if you're lucky enough to die in the state of Pennsylvania, they tax, when it goes to your kids, 4.5% from the first dollar. And the federal government, and that's on the first dollar. And in the federal government, if it's over $3.5 million, you get to pay federal estate tax at 45%. If you have money in an IRA and you die with that, when you try to transfer that to your kids, you got income tax and federal estate tax on that. I mean, it's mind-boggling, but 4 or 5 taxes on the same dollars, and that's what creates accidental philanthropy.
Yeah. So let's talk about, help us here, Dan. You've created this.
I have no idea. I don't know what to do.
No, please. I know you have the solution because I read about it in your book. Let's talk about how we can fight back. First of all, can we fight back in this war on wealth?
Yeah, you can. And the first thing you got to understand is this is not for the super wealthy. This is for the wealthy who they say are wealthy, but we really aren't wealthy. We just get taxed like we are. And for what you do there, instead of being an involuntary philanthropist or an accidental philanthropist, instead of giving your money to taxes and letting the government then do what they want with it, you take the same asset and you put it into a trust that's been around since 1969. It's a government-sanctioned, government-sponsored trust called the Charitable Remainder Trust. And what you're really doing is you're changing partners. You're going to change partners from the government you're going to create a partnership with charity. Charity can be any hospital, any college, your own private family foundation, a donor-advised fund through the community foundation. And what you're going to do is you're going to take this asset, put it into this trust, and the trust at the end of 10 years, it's a 10-year trust, at the end of 10 years, that trust is going to go to charity. But what happens over that next 10 years is, A, you get a tax deduction for putting your money in the trust.
Okay.
B, if you sell any appreciated property inside the trust, no capital gains tax. That's a good thing. And then that was B. So C is we get income coming out of the trust, which is taxed in a very nice method called 4-tier accounting. It's in the book. It makes your taxes less. The income comes out, and we take that income for the next 10 years, which is a lot, and we push that into an insurance policy. And insurance is not a bad word. Insurance is a very good word when it's designed properly. And the cash flow from the trust funds the insurance policy, which builds up wealth for later on, and we're off to the races. And at the end of 10 years, the money that would have gone to the government in taxes, the money you were going to lose anyway, is going to go to the charities that you direct. And when it's in your own foundation or donor advised fund, you get to keep the kids involved and yourself involved. And man, is that a powerful, powerful tool. The only one who's out in the cold is Uncle Sam. But you, your family, and charity all benefit. Yeah.
So is this a new concept, Dan, or is this something that's been around for a while?
Charitable trusts have been around forever. What I've done is kind of, and I mean this in a very loving sense, I've dumbed it down and removed all the moving parts. This is a simple concept on a version that's been around forever. But I just made it real simple. 10-year annuity trust. It's in the book. 10-year trust. Money goes in, money comes out. You're not doing a whole lot of math because I can't do math. It's real simple. But it's time proven. This is not gray area. This is black and white tax code. And Republicans, Democrats, Independents, everybody loves and supports charitable trusts. They all love it.
Yeah. And is this the right plan for everybody, would you say?
No, not for everybody. You have to be in that top 10%. You need to be earning over $100,000-ish, and you need to probably need to have about $50,000 to $100,000 to commit to this type of vehicle. It's perfect for that crew that's getting lumped in with the fat cats, the business owner, the investor, anybody who owns unappreciated properties, real estate, securities. They have to take a look at this stuff because it's really powerful.
And finally, you can regain control of your money and actually win this war on wealth. Just lastly, we're down to a couple of seconds. Who should read the book, and what do you hope they take away from it?
I think anybody who feels like they're being in the crosshairs of taxation, anybody who doesn't like their money being redistributed to someone else, they're the ones who ought to be reading this book.
Okay. And what do you hope they take away from it?
Well, I hope that what they do is I hope they choose to change partners, choose charity over government, and gain greater control, and then they'll have a better feeling about themselves and about their future. They're going to add meaning to their money. There's a buzzword. There's my phrase.
Great, Dan. Thanks so much. Such an interesting book, as I mentioned once again. And it's available in most bookstores and online.
All the major bookstores, Amazon.com, and Barnes & Noble.
Dan Nigito, thanks so much. Great book. Congratulations. Stay with us. We're coming right back.